Namaskar. Today, the Saturday morning, and as the arrangement of the Hindu temple of Lemont, we will be studying the Narada Bhakti Sutra. We are studying the fragrance of Vedanta, and we have already completed the Ashtavakra Samhita. Now, Narada Bhakti Sutra you are studying, and today is the second discourse. Let us begin with this mantra. Yashya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate namastashmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. I bow down to Lord Vishnu, the great God, whose mere remembrance makes one free from the bondage of birth and death. So, Lord Vishnu is the conception of the ultimate reality, which is all-pervading, everywhere. But when we try to concentrate on that, it is really difficult. When God is everywhere, but I need, as a human being, a place where I can go and sit and pray. I need something to concentrate. So that is the reason the Hindus, they have imagined Lord Vishnu. The word Vishnu means all-pervading. Vistareti Vishnu, all-pervading. And what it is all-pervading? Consciousness. But at the same time, have given a form, and in that form we can concentrate. And yashya smarana matrena, when we just remember Him, that the Lord is all pervading everywhere, and it is the consciousness which is also within us, which is in every being. Immediately the narrowness, the smallness, it breaks, it goes away, and one can become completely free. Friends, we will be studying the Narada Bhakti Sutra. We have completed the first, we can say, introduction. And in the introduction, it is the Sutra that we mentioned. What are the Sutras? What does it mean by Sutras? Is in a very simple, very small way, Alpaksharam. Akshara means the words. Very few words only they have used, but that is having the excellent, wonderful philosophy. Alpaksharam asamdigdam, and there is no doubt, is a convincing, complete. Sarabat Bishyato Mukham, all pervading. And it says Sutra Viduhu. We discussed it in the last class. This is the sutra that only very simple, small or two words, and it gives the whole meaning as a complete philosophy. And we find in our January discourse, we touched the points like different ways to realize God. Sanatana Dharma prescribed the 4 paths. Why? Because if we analyze a person, we will find that we have 4 different types of temperaments. One, analytical. Each and every one wants to know why this, what is going to happen. This is the way they will be asking constantly. So that's called analytical, that's called knowledge. And in the path of knowledge, then called karma, the selfless work. Then we like to do something for the service of others. That is called selfless work. Control of the senses, the dhyana, and love of God, the bhakti, the devotion. Each and every individual is having these 4 different temperaments, 4 different paths has been laid for them. If you see the Ramkrishna mission, Swami Vivekananda understanding that these four can be together and it will be very powerful but very useful. So he made the path for the Ramakrishna mission, the monks and the lay devotees, and the combination of all the four paths. So that is, if you see the symbol, you will understand of the Ramakrishna mission symbol. The four paths: one is knowledge, second is the karma, third is the control of the senses, the dhyana, and also the bhakti, the devotion to God. There are different teachers of bhakti also we discussed, and among them the present one that we are going to follow is the Narada. We discussed about Narada also. Who is this Narada? He is a historical personality, and he passed through as a very humble at the beginning. He was born in a very humble way. He was not knowing who is his father. Why all this? He is a great sage. Then why this? Because it doesn't matter in which language that he was speaking, or the birth, or the low or high, or the education. It doesn't matter at all. The spiritual life is completely different. And sometimes and particularly in India, they made a wonderful system. Those who are very intellectuals, for them they call the Brahmana. We call now the intellectuals, they used to call them Brahmana. Then those who are very courageous, they like to protect the people, they have that capacity, Kshatriyas, the military class. Then those who have the capacity to earn money in different ways, like the business that is called the Vaishyas, and the workers, the Shudra. Today also in every modern places, these four categories are there. Very ancient time, India developed these four categories. And who did it? In the Bhagavad Gita it says, Krishna himself said, I have done it. Chatur Varna Maya system. Now, as because the long process went on, the thousands of years passed, so all those systems, little corruption came, misunderstanding came, misinterpretation came, and now the people think that, oh, Brahmana means the birth, the father is a Brahmana, the son will also be Brahmana. It is not like that. It is a capacity to understand. Intellectuals are the Brahmanas. So this is the bhakti. The Narada, he was born out of a, we can say, maid servant. His mother used to work somewhere, and he was not knowing who is his father. But he became a great sage. Why? Because he developed that spirituality. He realized that truth. And the whole society now accepting him as the greatest Brahmana and bowing down, he is the sage. So all this in the introduction we studied. Now we will start the Sutra. The great sage Narada now beginning his teaching with the aphorism, and very, now you see, aphorism means the Sutra only, this what he said, athato bhaktim vyakhya-samaha. That's all. Atha bhaktim vyakhya-samaha. If you go through those books, so many Swamis, so many intellectuals, they have given the all pages after pages why he said atha and why he said atha. Atha and atha. Athato, when these two words come together, athato. Now I shall explain you what is devotion. Athato bhaktim vyakhya-samaha. Vyakhya means explain. What? Bhakti, the devotion. But now, why he said now? Two words only, atha, that means, and atha. Atha means now. Why he is telling now? Before that, he was judging whether we are capable to understand the path of devotion or not. Whatever we like to learn, we have to acquire some qualities, otherwise it is impossible to learn that. Each and everything, we know that. Sometimes some people, they want to become scientists, the mathematics and science subject understanding, and that knowledge, that capacity is necessary. But some are very good in painting, in the craft and all that. They may not understand the mathematics or science. So, capacity to understand. Are you capable to understand the devotion? So, sometimes people, they think devotion means nothing. We have to go offer some fruits and sweets to the God and then ring the bell and show the light, and that is devotion. Not at all. First and foremost, you have to have the complete faith in the existence of God. There is God. And if you don't have the faith, don't have the belief, and whatever you do, you are going to the temple, you are going to the mosque, you are going to the churches, and whatever you are doing, it is futile. It is of no use. Why? First and foremost is the faith. I go because the whole society is going. I go because that is the practice. Of course, you can do that, but you are not getting the benefit of spirituality. The spirituality, it is the truth, and spirituality is a science. And for that, what we need, we have to develop that quality. There are people who like to follow the path of knowledge. They may try to understand what is this devotion, but they won't feel attracted to this path. That is different. Because their natural thing is why this, why that, why I should do this, why I should do that. But in the devotion, they have already completed all those. Or after all those analyses, all those understanding, after all those examining, now they have concluded that God is there and God can be seen, one can talk to God. So, this is the way it goes. So, devotional path, the bhakti, the path of the bhakti is really, really very difficult. Only advanced people can do it. In the Bhagavata itself, Bhagavata is considered as the book of devotion. In the Bhagavata also says those who have already realized God, but still for the joy of the company of God, they follow the path of bhakti. So, therefore, here the Narada, the great sage, he says, Atha, now. Now, what are the conditions that are necessary to follow the path of bhakti? Then the requisite qualifications, we can say, I was just listing, is 5. First is the faith in the existence of God. Second, strong desire to realize God. Third, not interested in worldly pleasure. Fourth, confident that no problem or difficulty can stop him or her. That's called sincerity. And fifth, love for the path of devotion. So, I am going to follow this path and I love it. Those who are following the path of karma, they love that. Whenever they heard that somebody is in trouble, immediately they feel that they should go, they should help, and they do that. So, that is their nature. Many people won't be able to do that. Even when you are hearing that something is happening outside, usually we won't go. Of course, in the Western world, in America and Europe, mainly America, you are not supposed to go. The citizens are not supposed to do in that way. That's the job of the police and other people are there. The advanced country, they can afford it. So, when we see that somebody is in trouble, we call the police and that's all. That is my duty is over. As a good citizen, I can do up to that. Then afterwards, it is the police department and all others, they will take care. But the country like India and in that Indian peninsula, all those, even the government, they want that people should come forward to help, because the government they are not having that capacity to reach out to each and every corner. So the citizens, they should also come forward to help the authorities. So there we have seen when there is a fire break, the people in the locality also coming and helping the fire brigade people. Like that it goes. That means the karma. But does it mean that in America we cannot practice the path of karma? Of course we can. There are many other ways. Like people are suffering. Here the suffering is a little different type. When the people are suffering means not only the economical, psychological, because they are all alone. The support of the family is not there in most of the cases. Only the 17, 18 years boy and girl, they go out and they stay all alone and they are studying, they are earning, they are developing their life. It is a very good thing, but at the same time we have to understand they are very, very alone. And the company is nothing but their friends, and they are also immature. They do not know how to solve a problem. So that is different type of problems are here in this advanced country because of the tremendous freedom, and the system is like this. But I have seen the people are suffering because they cannot take the decision. And when they were supposed to get a proper guidance with love and real sincerity, they couldn't get, then they experience all bad things in their life. When they understand that this is the path I should follow, it's too late. So here the path of karma is also possible by helping in that way. There are many other different ways are there. Path of knowledge, of course, it is possible. But the path of devotion, when we are taught, and the path of the meditation, of course, it is possible. Now the path of devotion. In the path of devotion, after practicing all those, having the experience, then you can feel there must be someone somewhere whom we can call as God, or Allah, or Jehovah, or Bhagavan, Ishvara, must be there. We give the name because we cannot think anything else without the name and form. So we think, oh, this God must be like this. Hindus have given the complete freedom, so many millions of gods and goddesses. Are they all gods and goddesses? No, it is your God. Because you are imagining. God is nothing but love and unselfishness. And that is the tremendous power. Everywhere that consciousness is there. And I try to concentrate on that consciousness as Durga, or Bhagavan Sri Ramkrishna, or Kali, or Shiva, or whatever I like. But the first and foremost thing is faith. How the faith comes? Through experience. How the faith comes? Listening from the others. Sometimes something happens. Look at us. We are surviving. Is it not very miraculous? So many people of our time, they have already passed away. They have died. The different reason maybe. But I am surviving. I am getting the protection of my family. I am getting everything. Is it just because of me? No, there must be something, someone protecting me. So one should be thankful. The Christians, they always teach the children before going to bed, you should pray. The Islam, they always 5 times in a day, they will be praying to God. The Hinduism is also there, but at the same time freedom is there in the religion. Sometimes some people they do and sometimes they don't. It doesn't matter, but we have to understand this faith. One gentleman came and he was telling, Swamiji, this is the difficulty with me. I cannot believe just because someone said God is there, I have to believe. Why should I? I told, no, you need not to. But the thing is, our whole life is depending on the belief, the faith. You have traveled by air and you have seen this two gentlemen sitting over there in the cockpit, and you believed that they are capable to fly the aircraft. You didn't go and check their certificates. You didn't check anything. You just have the faith on those two that they will fly and take you to your destination successfully and without any problem, isn't it? So life is like that. Everywhere we are believing, having the faith. But at the time of God, then we doubt. Why? I can't see God. Even if you see, will you be able to understand what is what? Sometimes even our sights are also deceiving us. We are listening, but that may be something else. So all our indriyas, our senses are not bringing the correct information. So we have to have the faith, and the faith in the existence of God. And this God, Narada is never mentioning about the God. He is mentioning that there is a power, and that power is the consciousness. But for our first thing to start our journey towards the path of devotion is the belief that there is something, someone which is all pervading, all powerful, all compassionate, and that is, we give the name God, the faith in the existence of God. Bhagavan Sri Ramkrishna, he practiced, and then he said to the devotees, I am telling you, and in my experience, I have seen God, I talked with God, I live with God, I believe it. Then we judge the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. It's a wonderful life. He's not having any selfishness anywhere. Only his compassion, his love for us, that we should not suffer. Why we suffer? Because we don't believe. Why we suffer? Because we are not going towards that particular goal from where we will get the joy, happiness, peace, eternal. We don't know that. But all our effort, all our energy, we are utilizing to get the joy, the happiness. And we go to the shop, purchase so many things, we think we will be happy. For a few days, for a few moments. Again we are unhappy. We do each and everything. You just sit and count. Each and everything in our life, whatever we have done, is for the happiness only. Oh, I should do this, so I will be miserable. Can anybody do it? No. No one will do it. All the time we are thinking that we'll be happy. People are driving with their family, going to picnic. They are thinking they will be happy. But sometimes there may be mishaps. There may be terrible accident. But they were driving, they were going for the joy, not for the accident or that condition. So each and every step, every action that we do is for the happiness, but we do not know where this happiness is. And look at the life of Jesus. Look at the life of the Lord Buddha. Look at the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. They are the mirrors. They show us that it is possible without anything. They are so great, so happy all the time. And they are coming and trying to help us. The belief, the faith in the existence of God, directly at this moment we may not have, but indirectly we can have the inspiration by seeing these great souls. The first is the existence of God. Then the strong desire to realize God. When the Lord Buddha left, and his father's friend, and also the very good advisor of his father, he was driving the chariot. And afterwards, when the Buddha almost in the border, he got down and he will enter into the jungle, and all alone he will go inside the jungle. He said goodbye. Then he said, "Can I ask you a question, Sam? You were having everything. You are a prince, you will be the king, you have a queen, you have a son, everything you were having in this world, and you were going for something about which you don't know anything. Whether you will realize God or not, you don't know. Why you are taking this risk? The reply of the Buddha was great. He said, I have complete faith that there is something. After achieving that, realizing that, understanding that, I will be completely free from fear and I will be always happy. That conviction I am having. If I cannot achieve that in this life, I will die with this thought that my effort, some mistake was there. I could not completely dedicate myself for the realization. But the truth is, that is there. So we should also have that strong desire to realize God and no doubt at all about the existence of God. We sometimes try and then we feel, oh, we have tried a lot now that we have not realized. Sometimes some people, after taking the initiation, after 4 or 5 months, they will start asking, Swamiji, 4 or 5 months I am practicing this, now I have not realized God. No, within 5 months you think you will realize God? One can realize God in a very moment, but the preparation, you should be a very good student and then only it is possible. But you have to continue. That decision should be there. The strong desire. That's called mumukshutta. Third, if you are going to God, you have to give up the world. So there should not be any desire to enjoy this worldly life. Name, fame and physical comfort and all this. And at the same time God, no, it cannot be. Swami Vivekananda, in one of his lectures in America, he said, I am having so many things in my drawing room and I am having a God also. This is not devotion. Devotion means complete surrender only to God. So third, not interested in the worldly pleasures. And it doesn't mean that I have to give up everything and I have to be homeless. No, not like that. Whatever I am doing, I should be there and in my position, but mentally I should be detached from that. If I am not getting these, I am going to die, nothing like that. I am all right, I am happy. So this is the way slowly you have to develop the detachment. And this detachment towards the world, why? Because it is temporary. I have seen that my grandfather passed away. My father passed away. I have seen so many people known to me, they have all passed away. In the history when I am reading, I read about the kings, but where are those? And their castles are now ruins. That shows that everything is temporary. And the only permanent thing, and that is God, which I am going to realize. So I should have to give up, we should give up the worldly pleasures. Whatever is necessary, that is sufficient for, but our main concentration should be the God realization. Fourth, confident that no problem or difficulty can stop him or her. That is called Atma Shraddha. Swami Vivekananda said again and again, Atma Shraddha. If we are not having that self-confident that I am going to realize God today or tomorrow, maybe Vivekananda, maybe great souls, they realize God in this very life. Maybe it will take for me for a long time, maybe hundreds of lives I have to live, but I am going to realize God. There are stories are there to encourage the people. When Narada, he was all the time, he was so pure that he used to live with God. So one day he was going, the sannyasis, they were sitting by the side of the road, they saw the Narada is going, they said, where you are going? To God? Yes, I am going to God. So will you please ask the God, the Supreme Lord, when I am going to get the liberation? Both of them asked the same question. Narada told, well, I will ask them, and at the time of return I will give the answer. He went, and after some time when he was coming back, maybe a few days, they were eagerly waiting. And when the Narada came, the Swami, first sannyasi, asked, Narada, did you ask the question, and what was the reply for me? Then Narada told, look at this tamarind, the tree. I don't know whether you have seen the tamarind tree or not, the small, small leaves, and there are millions of leaves are there. So he showed the tamarind tree and told, look at these tamarind trees, as many leaves are there, so many times of birth you have to have, then only it is possible for you to realize God. The man started dancing. He was so happy. He told, oh, that means some limit is there. The tamarind tree may be 1 million, but okay, after 1 million I am going to get the liberation. But the second one, when the Narada told, oh, only another birth, you have to continue another birth, and he broke down. Oh my God, again another birth, again like this, and he lost the faith. So this is through the story, we have to understand, we have to continue. Whatever happens, I am going to realize God. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gives the example of the cultivators. Sometimes some people will be there. The moment there is no rain, they will leave that and go for to become, they will take up another occupation. But the true one, they will never leave. They will go on continuing the working on the field, and one day again they will raise the fruit. That is the way one should be sincere. I am taking the name of God, and it is surely purifying my mind, and I am going to get the blessings of God today or tomorrow. That faith should be there. Sincerity, love for the path of devotion. Because the people, they are tempted. The other day a couple came to meet me. I saw them many times in the Hindu temple Lemont, and when I saw them here in our Vedanta, so sometimes some people, they make mistake. They think that I live over there. Many of them, they know me. The Swamiji, I went to your place. It's a big temple. I told, yeah, that is our place, of course. All Hindus, they go over there. But I don't live there. I live somewhere else. And our organization is Vedanta Society. But anyway, these two couple, they came, and then naturally I told, oh, you came to visit the Hindu temple? No, we have stopped visiting that place. And how come? What happened? Why you have stopped visiting that place? No, we are now following the path of jnana. So not going to the temple. This is for the path of devotion, for the bhaktas, for the devotees, they go. This is wrong. It is completely wrong. And that doesn't mean that I have to denounce all these places. There also we can go and can think, oh, the people are trying to go to God, and God is this. This is the way. The love for the path of devotion means I love my God. I go over there, but doesn't mean that I have to criticize. I have to denounce the other paths. Not like that. I should understand what is God. I should understand how the things are working and what will happen after realization of the God. What is the transformation that is coming to me when I am proceeding, advancing in the path of religion, in the path of spirituality? What are the changes coming within me? Physical changes? No. Only my thought will change, my conception will change, idea will change. So if we don't know, then it becomes very narrow. Every time we go to temple or church or mosque and we do something, some of the thing, that then we come out as I was, the same thing I carry back to my home. No changes, no transformation. So the love for the path of devotion means understanding what is this devotion, understanding what is going to change in me and where I am going to reach. So this is the way it should go. The most difficult is the first, that is develop the faith. And here it says like this, Pratyaksha, Anuman, Upaman and Shabda. You know how we understand things? It says first Pratyaksha, the direct. Then Anumana, the inference. Third is Upamana, the compare. And fourth is Shabda. There are many, say the six are there, 5 are there. But these 4. Pratyaksha, the direct. Not everyone will have the direct. Anumana, of course, as I was giving the example, by seeing the great soul, we can understand how wonderful life they are living. That means there must be something. We can imagine, we can infer that there is God, and after realization of the God, these people, they are changing in such a nice way. Upamana, when we compare, the one is the president of a great country, another is a humble monk. But look at these 2 persons, we are comparing. And when you compare, we find this person is so good, so compassionate, and he is always thinking positively for others, never criticizing anyone. Then whom will choose? Of course, this person. So this is through the comparison we always find that when the kings are there, they are completely different, but the holy people are different. That means holy people, those who are concentrating their mind on the realization of God, after advancing towards that realization, they become so good people. That's why when people are suffering, they come to a holy person. And what is this holiness? It is nothing. That person is also eating, sleeping, talking, moving, everything just like normal. But only thing, he has developed love for each and everyone. And he has developed unselfishness. That's why he can love, he can pray, he can feel the pangs of others, the sufferings of others, and can pray for them. So this is the Upamana. And Shabda, because of the scriptures, they say in this way. And we have already discussed about the Mumukshuta, that is the desire to realize God. But Shankaracharya says, this quality is very difficult to achieve. Only by the grace of God one can have. I am having everything, this beautiful world, but still I know that these are all temporary things. Everything will go away, and one day I will be all alone. So only God will be with me and nobody else. When you look at us, we were the big family, the grandfather, mother, this, that. Where are they now? And in the school, so many friends, where are they now? And in the society, where are they now? Slowly, slowly we are becoming lonely, alone. A time will come, everyone will go away. Only God will be there. So if we can understand it when we are young and can completely utilize our energy for the God realization, that is called Mumukshuta. And Shankaracharya says, Devanugraha hetukam. Only because of the God one can have that. And when we can give up this world, Viveka Vairagya. As I was discussing, Viveka means understanding the nature of the thing, and then the strong mind to give that up. That this is the nature of things, so I should give it up. Sometimes we make the mistake because out of compassion we get attached. Out of the sympathy we get attached and we suffer. Nothing like that. If you are with the good people, good ideas, if you are doing good, I am with you. Or otherwise, whoever you may be my brother, maybe my friend, maybe my relative. But if you are supporting the bad things, I am not with you. That is exactly this teaching we learn from the Bhagavad Gita. That is called Viveka and Vairagya. Vairagya means giving up. Viveka means understanding through the vichara, by judging this. Then comes the self-confidence, Atma Vishwasa. In the Atma Vishwasa, different types of obstructions come. First is the doubt. Shall I be able to do it or not? First, this is the doubt comes. Second, the criticism from the relatives and friends. Now, the moment you have started practicing the spirituality, you are visiting the holy people, you are meditating, you are going to holy places, then your friends and the relatives will start, oh my God, at this age you are doing all these things. No, when you are 80, then only you should do. Like that all the time they will comment, and sometimes they will be very aggressive to stop you, but you have to continue. The doubts and this criticism. Third is dangerous, accepting. The moment you are continuing this life, all around you, they will come and say, oh, you are a blessed person, please bless us, please pray for us. Then you will feel, oh, I am somebody, I am holier than thou. That attitude destroys the person who is traveling towards God. Holier than thou, don't touch me, I am holier than thou. Don't talk to me, I am holier than thou. And you will find each and every one, after making little progress in the spiritual life, there they get stopped. That is the barrier they cannot cross. So Sri Ramakrishna, he was a Brahmin, he was a pujari, the worshipper, and he removed his yagya upavita to clean the bathroom of a low caste person. Why? Otherwise the ego will come, and that ego will never allow me to go towards God. So first is the doubts. Second, obstructions from the society, from the friends and relatives. Third, acceptance. And there one should be very, very calm and constantly prayerful, and he will continuously pray to God, oh God, it is you that you are doing, it is not me, it is not me, it is not me. So that is the way we have to overcome. And the fourth is the temptation, the name and fame. When one is progressing in the spiritual life, then many of the people, they come. In India, I have seen, because the country is full of that devotion, even the Prime Minister is coming and touching the feet of the Swamis or the Brahmacharyans. And if that particular person think that, oh, the great person, he has come and touching my feet, this is a great mistake. It's not the person that they are coming, it's the ideology the person is following. And if the moment I think that they are coming to me and the ego boosts up, it is me they are coming, immediately I am falling from my ideology, and the ideology is love for God. And the love for God makes one very humble. So this is the way. And finally, love for the path chosen. Now this is bhakti. Friends, look at it. We only read one aphorism, the first aphorism. And in the first aphorism itself, atata bhaktim vyakhasyamaha, in a very limited way, this much we can say. So many things now about the bhakti. What is this bhakti? Devotion. It says bhakti is having two stages. One is premature stage. We don't understand why we are doing, but our guru said you must do it. So I bathe, I put on the wash clothes, then I take one plate with sweets and fruits and incense things and flowers. I go and kneel down before a God and offer those things. I am not understanding what I am doing. Just because the person whom I respect asked me, I am doing it. This is called premature stage of devotion. And If we continue that slowly, slowly, it will be a mature stage. And in the mature stage, whether you are offering the food or not, it doesn't matter. It is the love. And most of the time in the modern society, we express our love by exchanging gifts. I don't understand that. Love doesn't need that. Love means the feeling. I feel for that person. I feel for that God. It doesn't mean that I have to offer fruits and sweets and these and that. Of course, it is good, those who are giving, so that other people can get the prasad. They can share that. But the love is completely different. But we begin with that. As a child is going to the school, it doesn't know what is knowledge, what is education. But the kid is very happy that going and having so many friends and they can play over there. So many other activities are there, very happy going there. This is a premature stage. The first we go to the temple and church and the synagogue and the mosque. That is the first, and then say, do like this, do like that. Slowly, slowly we are doing, and then understanding why we are doing this. Second stage come apara bhakti. Premature bhakti is also known as apara bhakti. Premature bhakti, and then it is matured stage, matured bhakti. Apara bhakti is called para bhakti. Then gauna bhakti. Gauna means another mukhya and gauna. In Sanskrit they say mukhya means principal and gauna means the subordinate. The gauna bhakti, mukhya bhakti, and that is also vaidhi bhakti and raga bhakti or prema bhakti. So this is different, two only, but different names are there. Aspirants of the path of divine love, bhakti, go on performing as per the instructions of the Guru or as per the injunctions of the scriptures. We always say that when you are cooking, you should not talk, because it may defile the food, so you cannot offer it to God. And after cooking something for the God, as a little portion you keep for yourself and then the balance you give to God. No, you should not. You should not do that, because that is an insult to God. And when you are giving it, you should cover so that the fly or the dust should not be on that. So by this is the way we are teaching. And the best flour we should offer. And the fruits that you are giving, it should be properly washed. I have seen in the Belur temple, I got the duty as a brahmachari, as a novice, to clean that image of Bhagavan Sri Ramkrishna. There are two pieces of cloth is there, small pieces, and they told, take this one and then do like this. The one that you are using for the face should not use for the feet. And when you are using the feet, that should not use for the face, like this. So, but the image only, stone image. I went and I did, and I was very careful of the left hand is for this purpose, the right for this purpose. So I did that. Then after doing that, not that the last dust is there, it is all covered, but still you have to do it very carefully. And when you are touching the face, you should be careful that you are not putting the finger on the eye. As a living person, if you are putting the finger, naturally it is painful. And you should be careful, you should not give them much pressure, because Sri Ramakrishna, and he was a Shvattika body and obviously very soft, you should be careful when you are doing. I did that. Then I washed those two pieces of clothes and then I kept hanging for dry. Then the senior, the Swamiji, came and told, oh, you did it? And yes, Swamiji. He was observing how I am doing. And then he told, after cleaning the feet, you do little massaging. Thakur is sitting for a long time in that position. he must be feeling tired. Do little massaging. So, but I was massaging the stone image. So what should I do? But anyway, when he said, I did like that, a little. This is called the beginning of the devotion. We don't feel. But the Swami is feeling that he is a living person sitting over there. When he's offering the food, the way they give, as if to a great, the guest has come, or someone very respectable, so by that way only they are giving. And then fanning, when he is eating, that they are fanning. So this is the way, slowly, slowly, from the gross you go. That Ma Shardamani Devi, she said in a nice way, she said, when you are handling the flowers all the time, then after some time your fingers, your hand become, all the smell of the flower will be there in your fingers. So like that only we are developing our devotion towards God. From the Vaidhi Bhakti, Vidhivat Bhakti, and according to this way you have to perform. When you are giving the food, usually in the Indian system, they give the separate the way. You should not mix the whole thing and offer. So that same way you should give. But if we think whom we are giving, to a picture, only to an image? No, here, if you are thinking that it is living, you can talk to him. There are some experiences are there, it really happens. And there are some stories, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, the one father, he used to offer the food to the God regularly, and he was a Brahmin, so that was his job. Then one day, he and his wife both were supposed to go somewhere. They asked their young boy, his son, to offer the food. And then he said, when the God will finish his food, then only you should eat. Because thinking, he will start eating and then, so he said, when the God will finish his food, then you should eat, not before. He was sincere. He told, okay. Then he offered the food and he was sitting before a picture. Then nothing happened. Then he closed his eyes and he told God, I have closed my eyes. I am not seeing how you are eating, but come and eat. Nothing was there as it is. Then he started crying. If you don't eat, then what will happen? The father will say that I have not done my job and he will beat me. He will be very angry with me. Come and take something. And moreover, I am very hungry. Unless you eat, I won't be able to eat. Please come, please come, please come. Devotion. Because of the love, because of the devotion, he truly saw the Lord Krishna. They are God, their family deity, Krishna. He came and sat over there and told, let us now both enjoy. So they, half portion, this boy ate, and half portion Krishna himself. And afterwards the father came. He saw nothing is left on that plate, and immediately he became very angry. Where is the other food? The half portion Krishna ate and half portion me. And you say that Krishna is eating half of it, you have eaten everything. Now his father became very angry with the son. Son started crying. And he told, no, believe me, the Krishna truly came and you told that unless he eats, I won't be able to. So he narrated everything. Father was not believing it. So we can go and do a thing every time, but if we don't have the faith like a child, we won't be able to realize God. So the bhakti, the divine joy has an intoxication effect. This is also there. Those who are practicing the devotion, the bhakti, they go on merging into that. They go on taking the name of God and singing the glory of God, and they are in great joy. And slowly, slowly, the Bhagavata, it says, Bhaktya Sanjataya bhaktya. Devotion generate devotion. So friends, we will conclude over here the first aphorism where the great sage says, Athato bhaktim vyakhyashyamaha. What is this atha? Atha means now. The why now? Because we should be prepared to understand. So atha may, he is explaining again the atha, that is the God, and finally it comes to that there are the devotion, the bhakti. There are two types of bhakti. One is the beginning, another is the end. But if we don't begin, how we will reach to the goal? So let us begin, and in the beginning, complete faith. So Vyakhya Samaha, let me explain, and in the next the month, how he is explaining. He is never mentioning God. That is very interesting. We will read that and try to explain in my own way in next month.
So there is one question, the username is top 10. He is asking, without sannyas, can we realize the highest truth, Brahman, which is formless, without attributes, and why sannyasi takes only Om? Question mark.
Without sannyasa, when you are asking, sannyasa means samyak nyasa. Samyak means complete. Nyasa means giving up. So what we are giving up? Ego. Giyasa nitya sannyasi yona deshti na kangshati. In the Bhagavad Gita it says, know him as a monk who not dveshti, is not the aversion or attachment. Nothing is there. How it is possible? I don't like that person. I don't like the ego. I like that person. I again. So when the ego has been given up, when we leave the ego, then one can become a monk, a true monk, by giving up the ego. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Ami mole ghuchibe janjal. When I die, then only all the problems will be solved. So, top 10 with your question is, the sannyasa means giving up. Giving up means giving up the ego. Then if I give up the ego, what remains? Only God. Not me, not I, it is thou, it is you. And then when I am working, I am not getting attached to this. And the Om that you say, Om is considered as a very pure sound, and that is, they said that it is like the Brahman. Om iti Brahman. That is said like that. The Brahman means one which is eternal. We do not know who created it. It is self-created. Om is also like that. So Om is the symbol of Brahman. Sannyasins, not only sannyasins, all the Hindus, they chant the Omkara as the purity of the word. Thank you then. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. May you all be happy. May you be safe. The pandemic is still continuing, but we can have the faith that everyone will be safe, because the medicine they are developing, and I pray to the Divine Lord that all of you be happy and safe. Thank you.